It's that time of year again, spring food plots. It's time to get some seed in the ground, guys. If you're a first-time food plotter, then this is the video for you. I'm going to walk you through step by step the process on how to pick the appropriate seed for your soil and your hunting needs. And the first question that you've probably got is, what seed company? Where do I start? If you just Google, you're going to see all kinds of options for seeds. So the first step is to weed through and figure out which seed company you're going to go with. There are so many options, and it can be paralyzing how many options there are out there. I suggest using Domain Outdoor. Let me explain why. So I've used their products in the past. I've even done several reviews on their product called Incognito, which is a great screening and border product. The second reason why I'm going to use Domain Outdoor this year is because of their FoodPlot Selector chart. This chart, in my opinion, makes the toughest part of food plotting a breeze. And third, their staff is just phenomenal to work with. So we're gonna hop into the computer here. We're gonna go to domainoutdoor.com, and I'll show you what I mean by that FoodPlot Selector chart. Okay, so we're here at domainoutdoor.com. I'm gonna go over here to FoodPlot Selector, and then this is this chart that I'm telling you about, and it is a game changer, okay? This is all of their products that they have and their brand names. And here up top are the variables like annual, perennial, and it even tells you how much shade and how much sun it needs. It even talks about your soil type. Do you get a lot of rain? Is it sandy soil? It even takes into account whether or not you are going to use equipment, if you have good pH, low pH. Also your food plot needs as far as, are you planting a spring plot? Is this for summer food, or is this more so your fall planting and your hunting plot? So this is really, really, really helpful information. And like I said, it just takes all the guesswork out. I've used Incognito in the past. It is an annual, so it will not come back every year. It does need a lot of sun, but as you can see, it's pretty tolerant of low pH and good pH. So it worked really well for me, and I'll definitely be using it again. So this year for my spring plot, what I'm going to be doing is Overhaul, okay? It's a new product from them, but you can tell that it is an annual. It is pretty tolerant to all shade types. Overhaul just happens to check many, many, many of the boxes. So now that we've picked a seed, we need to go to the shop. Like I said, I'm going to use Overhaul, which is this cool purple. And so the next step is to figure out how much seed you need. And that's all gonna depend on the plot size that you're gonna use. So at this point in the process, we've selected a company, we've selected the seed. I suggest planting blends rather than a monoculture. There are a plethora of reasons why, and so many people have explained it far better than I could, but just take my word for it. You should plant a blend rather than a monoculture. Now we need to know how much seed we need for our food plot. There's a ton of ways that you can do that. You can use Google Earth. I prefer to use Onyx, okay? And so we're gonna hop over to the phone here, and I use the free version because it's got all the features that I need. There are a lot of really cool features in the paid version, but thus far I've not seen a need for that. So this is my parcel. We own just under 23 acres here in East Tennessee, and these red boxes that you're seeing are my food plots and the shapes in which I've kind of laid them out for. So you can see this main plot is 1.85 acres. So now you can know, okay, well I need at least almost 2 acres worth of seed to plant this food plot. The way you draw these, let's just say for instance, let's just say that I was going to plant a food plot in my garden. So you go to tools and you go to area shape, and you're gonna see this cross point up here, okay? So what moves is the area behind it. The cross arrows are gonna stay in the center. So now you're gonna hit drop point, gonna move it to this corner, drop point, move it again, drop point, and drop point. So now you can see that our garden is a total area of 2,100 square feet. I can now take that measurement and apply it to the quantity and seed that I need. The really cool thing about it though is you can save these and name them. So I'm not gonna actually name that one and save it, but this one here, You can see I've kind of labeled that one as staging plot due to desired movement and the way that I would desire the deer to use our property. And so now that you know your food plot size, all you got to do is apply that to their recommendations, and the website's really good about telling you, like for instance, a jug would plant 1/4 of an acre. Well, I know that I need at least 2 acres for my big plot, so I would technically need 8 jugs, or they also have another buying option, which is a big gulp as they call it, and that will plant 1 acre, so I'll need 2 big gulps. So there's a couple reasons why I'm actually going with overhaul this year. One, because again, I really like the seeds that are in this blend. It is a good spring and summer cover to help with weed suppression, but also you want to start building up that organic matter on the soil, and this is really good about that. It's got buckwheat in it, which is great. A couple different types of clover. It's also got spring triticale and some tillage radish. The second reason why I'm going with overhaul is because I actually reached out to the sales staff, and a guy named Riley reached out to me. I told him exactly what I was trying to do, and he recommended overhaul. He said that's the exact reason why we developed overhaul. So I'm gonna give it a go and get some of that ordered so that I can get it planted. Once your seed is delivered, the next step is just simply coordinating with the weather, seeing when you got rain in the forecast, ideally a couple days of rain, get the seed down prior to that, and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. I really hope this video has helped you get started in your food plotting journey, as well as offered some tips and tricks along the way. If you found it helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All those little things make a huge difference and help me keep making these videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.